Yeah, the other day I went on a walkabout, so in Hayes, Greenford, all around these places. I wound up Boston Manor Road. When I went into St Bernard's Hospital, around the grounds there, looking where it was, this, that, and the other. And I wound up and I get a place called Boston Manor Road. Yeah, I walked miles and I was really dehydrated. Yeah, and I needed a drink. And as I'm walking up the hill to Boston Manor Road, there's across the road, they've knocked all these places down, and it's now all shops. A beautiful place, shops, clothes shops, everything, yeah? And I went into Tesco's, went to walk into Tesco's, and I noticed outside was a scooter, and a guy just stood up from the scooter, and I went, nah, it can't be him. I went, is that you, Winston? And he took his helmet off. The reason I noticed it was the sizes against him. He went out of the way, he had a beard, and me and him got, he's Welsh, yeah? And Winston Allen was a good fighter, a good boxer. He was a heavyweight, but a very light heavyweight. He should have been a cruiserweight, about 13 and a half, 14 stone. He fought Joe Bugner, he fought Billy Ed, he fought a lot of heavyweights, yeah? Joe Bugner was the one that bumped, stuck the elbow on him in the corner. After that, Winston Allen put it on Joe Bugner in the dressing room. He had a full Winston Allen. He could have a fight, mate. You know, and it looked like it anyway. So I couldn't believe it. Me and him, you know, like pals, mate. You know, I haven't seen him for years. I thought he was in a lot of trouble, you know. Anyway, so all of a sudden, he's gone, what are you doing? I'm going to talk to you. He said, listen, I want to try and get a boxing thing going. You interested? Yeah, I said, I'm up for it, you know what I mean? I'm really up for that, you know? So he went, yeah, well, look, you know, I'll be in touch. And I went to him, all of a sudden he went, and I went, do you know what? I thought that he was in banging it. I thought he was dead or whatever, you know, I ain't seen him for ages. He just disappeared. He went, no, I ain't. Well, he said, I'm always active, mate. I said, what are you doing now then? He said, I'm a personal trainer. You know, and all of a sudden he took his shirt off. This geezer is 60 odd years of age, mate. And I'll put it on my phone now, you won't believe it, mate. If he shaved that beard off, you think he was 30. His body's unbelievable, and he's unbelievably fit, you know, really, really fit. So he was saying, do you remember how we met? And I went, yeah. But you know, like sometimes you forget to do things. You need to kick up the arse to do things, yeah? To remember things. And I think we was in a club in Kingston, and I was in there with a couple of my pals. He walked through the door with about 2 people, you know, a couple of girls, I think they were. He walked in, I got him straight away as he walked in. He was really, I didn't know who he was at that time, yeah? But it was, you know, you could see that he was very, how can I say, he knew the aura come off him. You could see that this kid could handle himself, you know what I mean? You could see it. And he was standing by the door, you know, with his couple of girls. And I was over the side, and all of a sudden, the door opened up to the club, right, for someone to go into the dance hall. And it was, you had a foyer, yeah? And the door opened up, and there was a couple of bouncers on the door there, and there was people on the doors at the front of the place, and also those guys inside the club. About 7 bouncers in a big club. And all of a sudden the door opened up, and this young girl, I don't know, you can't tell the age, but she looked young, mate, young. 15, 14 or whatever, you know. And she ran through the door, and this bouncer grabbed her. I see it. The bouncer grabbed her by the hair and pulled her and dragged her along the foyer, right? And there was like, all of a sudden she escaped it, and she picked up some glasses and bottles and throwing them at them, yeah? And one of the bouncers walked over and hit her and knocked her spark out on the floor. Winston Allen ran over to the door, mate. He went into the foyer. There was loads of people there, and the bouncers, maybe 3 bouncers, 4 bouncers there. Mate, crash, mate, he done the business, mate. He smashed them to pieces. He knocked them spark out his bouncers, and there was a big lumps there, 18, 19 stone bouncers, ball, and he smashed them, mate. He knocked them spark out, Winston. He didn't muck about, mate. And the ones inside, when they come out, there was one of the bouncers with a black guy. He come out with two other bouncers, and the black guy said, "Well, leave off. Well, I know this guy. It's a guy called Winston Allen. You know what I mean? He's a fighter, proper fighter, mate. Leave off, yeah." And they knew by what he's just done. And this little girl on the floor, Winston Allen got hold of the little girl, yeah, and he sat her down. And a lot of people come out, and all of a sudden, a guy rushed over, and he said, "It's my sister," you know. And he got hold of her, and this guy, and you could see Winston Allen saying, "What's up?" You know, and she's crying and saying, "Look," she said, "Look, please." He said, Mummy's indoors, and she's in trouble with Dad, and Dad's bashing her up, and I had to get away and get help, you know. And so Winston Allen and myself, I was with Winston, we made pals there and then, yeah. I was with Winston, got in Winston's car, put the girl in the car with the brother, went to the house, mate, and just walked in the house, and Winston Allen, mate, he don't muck about, mate. He don't muck about. This geezer in the house with a big lump, one is drinker, a right boozer, and just took the right piss, was bashing his wife up, you know, and Winston Allen just walked straight in there, crash, pinged him, mate, knocks his spark out. And what made it even worse, that the young girl, she was about 15, she steamed into the dad. The dad was on the floor, he was knocked spark out, and she was kicking and hitting that dad. She's a nutcase, and she was kicking and hitting dad like it was going out of fashion. I mean, if Winston had stopped him, she'd have more likely stopped her, rather, she'd have more likely killed dad, you know what I mean? And Winston just pulled dad out, he got him by the collar and pulled him out. And we dragged him down a few stairs and right out to the front of the flats, yeah. And it sat him on the flat stairs there at the very bottom outside. And Winston looked at him, right, you know, and the guy was coming round, and he said to the guy, he said, "Listen, right, I mean, I couldn't even understand him. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't have smashed this guy, but Winston had already done it, you know what I mean?" And he said to this guy, "Listen, mate, this is your home, that's your wife, your kids. You're bullying, mate, you're a bully. A little bit of drink and you're a bully, right? You think you can bash your wife up and get away with it, mate? Let me tell you something. If I hear you hurting your wife or your kids ever again, I'm going to come looking for you, mate, and you're going to be in serious trouble. Do you understand me?" And the guy just shook his head, yeah. And you could see that he's going to go over, keel over. Winston pulled him back. He said, "Listen, I'm telling you this, right? Do you understand what I'm saying to you? If you touch your wife again and the kids, and I get to hear about it, I'll give your daughter and your son my phone number. If anything happens again, they're going to phone me up and I'm going to come looking for you. I'm going to say next time won't be so easy as this time. Do you understand, mate?" And the geezer started crying. Cried like a baby, the geezer. The drink had got hold of him, and he was one of his geezers that has a drink and starts bashing his wife up, you know, and the kids. And he cried his eyes out, mate, like a baby. And he just said, "Yes, I understand." He said, "Please, I'm really sorry, and I needed what you did to me. Yeah, I needed that. Yeah, it won't ever happen again." And nothing ever happened because Winston has never said to me that anything happens about it. And when he told me about it, and I remember, and I was going to do it the other day, yeah, but I thought, nah, you know, I'll leave it for a couple of days. So I've done a few videos anyway, so I'll leave it, yeah. But I've done it today, which is Monday. You know, I'm going to go see Winston later. I'm going to get hold of my mate Joe Smith, and we're going to try and get a boxing promotion thing going. We've got one going. I'll tell you about that later. But yeah, that Winston Allen, mate, is a nice geezer. As I say, I'm going to put my phone down now and show you. This guy can really have a row, mate. He can really march on. Me and him known each other years and years. He used to go to my mate's gym, Gary Francis. in what's it, I think it's Pope's Lane. He used to go down there and train in there a little bit. But he's a bit he's a personal trainer. He knows the score inside out. He trains people in his house. He's got his own gym. He trains people all the time. You know, if you wanna look like him, right, I'm gonna put him on my phone now. If you wanna look like him, yeah, send me some sort of message and I'll get hold of him. Yeah, I mean, get his phone number and phone him up and talk to him, and he'll train you, mate. He's one of the best trainers ever. Yeah, and his box size training, he's fantastic, mate. He's fantastic, and you know, I hope you listen to this one. I've got big respect for this geezer, big respect, because he's always active. You know, he's very active guy. He don't sit on his arse. He's active. And I like him. Anyway, this is Bang Bang Rail. Please press the like button and subscribe. And good morning. Yeah, nice one.